Hello and namaste to everyone. I am Pooja Sonowal and today I'll be speaking on the topic the Solapith craft tradition of Western Assam. Solapith craft is one of the finest living tradition of craft making practiced by the Malakars or Bhuimala community residing in different parts of Dhubri and nearby Goalpara district of Assam. The Solapith craft is made from shola or kuhila. It is a plant which grows in the marshy waterlogged areas and the craft form is locally termed as sholar kaj. The scientific name of the plant is Aeschynomon aspera and is an herbaceous plant. The main part of the plant which is used for making is the cortex, the inner soft white and fibrous part which is exposed when the outer layer of the stalk is shaped. The core is then sliced into strips and made into sheets, cubes, cones, etc. according to the artisan's imagination. Solapith craft originated in the easternmost part of India. These craft products are mainly used for religious purpose and has many mythological stories associated with its evolution. According to the legend, there was a celestial dancer named Sholabati. She had fallen in love with Banasura, who was a demon in the court of Indra. Indra was not very happy with Sholabati's show of affection towards this demon. So he cursed her by transforming her into a Shola reed. Sholabati then asked for forgiveness to Lord Indra, and in return, as an act of mercy, Indra altered the curse by saying that only in the hands of the Malakars or the garland makers she will be purified, and that she will not be useful for other people. Thus, till today, the Malakars, before they start to prepare the garland of Solapith, they stuck the shola with a stick and put it in the water, believing that she is being reunited with Banasura.
This hydrophyte plant is found in abundance in marshy waterlogged areas, which grows to a height of 5 to 6 feet. The seeds of this plant germinate with start of the showers from April and mature by September-October. These are collected and dried in the sun for 4 to 5 days, after which the leaves are cut and the stem is taken for crafting. The second stage includes peeling of the inner soft light, lustrous portion which looks like ivory to be used by the artisans. The stem of the plant is cut into 3 to 8 parts accordingly to the need of the artisan. Then, with the help of a sharp knife, long sheets in thin slices are cut out, moving the knife in circular motion. These fine sheets are pasted on papers to give extra support. Also, additional attachments are stuck to the main body with the gum paste made from grinded fiddlehead fern. The rough part is smoothed out with a chayni. Natural colors extracted from plants, flowers, soot, etc. are used to paint the 3D craft objects and the patachitras. In Assam, Solapith craft is also known as Kuhila Shilpa. Families from the parts of Kherbari, Jaspusabari and Shernagar Gaon Panchayat in Dhubri district are associated with it. Kuhila craft is associated with the making of illustrative patachitras, local folk god and goddesses, ornaments, flowers and other decorative items. The artworks not only present religious subjects but also products are manufactured to be used in interiors of houses and temples during various ceremonies like marriages and festivals. During the time of celebration of local festivals by the Rajbongsis, the Kati Bihu, a harvest festival celebrated in the month of October, Manasa Puja, celebrated in respect to goddess Manasa, the serpent, Bash Puja, Bamboo Festival, Charak Puja, celebrated to satisfy the Lord Shiva, and many more. The deities made of kuhila are worshipped. The kuhila made ornaments such as the masks are also adorned by dancers while performing various folk dances like Kushan Nritya, Hudum Nritya, Kali Nritya, Sonarai Nritya, Chandi Nritya, Goalini Nritya, and many more. Headgears called the topar are also made from the shola for the bride and the groom of Rajbangshi families.
These unique artistic works appeal to the onlooker's eye and display the true craftsmanship of these local artisans who are till today preserving this precious art form. This craft claims a superiority and popularity due to its artistic expressiveness and fineness. This is the main reason why this craft is considered so special to be used only for religious and auspicious ceremonies. But with the introduction of modern technology and favoritism to factory-made products like that of thermocol and plastics, this rare art form is in the verge of extinction. Families who were once the families who actually took pride and were honored for producing such beautiful works are now facing poverty and are forced to look for other jobs to earn their livelihood. As this art requires great skill and experience with correct choice of design and intricacy mastered by the skilled craftsman, efforts should be made to conserve and practice to keep alive this beautiful art of Sholapit craft.